This is your one and only Firespark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome to Fallout 76. So before I even jump into this video, I just want to give a big shout out to Universe 19 for donating this game to the channel. Thank you so much for hooking me up with a copy. All right, now let's get into this game. So this is going to be just kind of my first impressions, my opinion on the game, and all of that good stuff. I've only played for just a few hours, so I'll give a more detailed, outlook on the whole thing later on, but I figured I'd jump in, talk about what I like about it, what I don't like about it, so people who are, maybe on the fence about it can decide on whether or not they want to get it. So first off, I'm going to say, if you have console and you want it for console, definitely get it for console. From what I've seen so far, it's a lot of fun. I've had a good time playing it. I had trouble putting it down and going to bed yesterday, and I can't wait to play it today. The downside is it's a horrible port to PC. I don't have any problems that a lot of other people are talking about with graphics and stuff like that. My main thing is the controls are absolutely terrible and they don't give you a lot of options. So if we go over here to settings and we go to controls, this is what you get to control here. You can, and it's weird because Tab is also your escape key, but Tab is also your Pip-Boy. And as you can see, Tab down here is to go back. So instead of hitting escape, I hit Tab. Well, you can't rebind that. And if you rebind escape, which is your map for some stupid reason, because you have map, and then if you look, we have M for quick map. It's the exact same screen. It takes you to the exact same screen. I don't understand the purpose of it whatsoever. It's so stupid. The controls are a terrible port. Other than that, the port is fine. The lack of the ability to control your controls is terrible. Now, some people may be a little iffy about the display stuff. You cannot control your field of view. I know some people were having issues with that, had complaints about that. That doesn't really bother me. I don't really care. One thing I did notice though is there is no frame rate control or VSync option. So you can't set it to your monitor's refresh rate. If you want to control your frame rates, you're going to have to do that from your graphics card's software on a hardware level. You cannot control that in here. As you can see, we don't have an option for that. We got just your basic options. We got our options for the graphics, which is fine, and that's all good. And you got your all your other customization stuff, but it's just they left a lot of stuff that you've come to expect in video games out of this game as far as control wise and option wise. All right, now that we got that little bit out of the way, let's talk about the character creation, because I really enjoyed the character creation and I thought it was pretty well done. You don't get too much option on the body, and we'll get to that here in a second, but the face gives you a ton of customization. So it's a little wonky because, of course, bad PC port. It probably won't feel nearly as wonky to you if you're playing this on console. So we can just always pay attention to what it says down here. You're going to be looking at it all the time because it's always different, always weird. So you can see we can hit A to select different faces here, and it's just going to give us a randomized starting face, and then you can go in and customize that later. So we can pick from, well, I shouldn't say randomized, it's a preset of options down here. So you pick a random preset that you like, and then you can hit F to go in and actually customize specific features, and you can see it highlights different areas of the face. You got even the eyelids, the eyebrows, the forehead, the hair. So let's just mess around with this and I'll talk about it. I know some of you don't care about this, but in a game like this where it's multiplayer based, being unique is something that I feel is important because it allows you to stand out from all the other people playing the game. And they added a bunch of different options, even skins and stuff like that, to give you that unique feeling. So that's why I feel like the character customization is kind of an important subject to touch on. It's really cool. So we can highlight over the hair here, and you can see we can hit S to style it. You got a bunch of different options here, and you just pick from these options. You don't get to really mess with it like you do the face. Being that you spend all of your time in a vault, you think you'd just be this adorable little baby-faced newborn out in the wild, but no, you're rough and rugged and you look like you've been through a lot, and there's not a lot of options to kind of pretty your character up. There is a lot of options to make them look even more rugged and funky and just dystopian than you can imagine. So let's you know what, let's just show you how bad this can get. So we'll go back into the hair here. We'll pick a style that's like let's see, it's kind of rough here. I mean, like, look at some of these. You're gonna run around, yeah, here we go, math teacher. You can right click to slide the head back and forth like that, take a look. Yeah, there we go. That's a little balding on top there. So then we can click specific options. So like we can click the head here, and then we can use if we rotate his head this way, I can use the mouse wheel to shift his head out and back. And you know, it's subtle, but a lot of subtle changes really sculpts the face. And then we can rotate his head back, and you can see that S and W scales, so we can scale his head out a little bit, and we can bring it in a little bit. So we can give him a big old forehead if we want, widen that up just a little bit, and then we can, you know, take away a little bit of that Neanderthal look. So once you're done with that, then you can just hit E to accept, and then we can sculpt some other stuff here. You can also drag the stuff around. So like if we click his nose, you can see it says left mouse button. So we can like crooked his nose if we want to have, like, say he got broken nose while he was in the vault, you know, that's fine. We can scroll the mouse wheel to shift his nose in and out, change the size. The rotate isn't rotate like you think. I don't know why it says rotate. So if I do it, you can see what it's doing. It's like pushing his nose up and down. It's not really a rotate feature. See what it's doing? I mean, I guess it's rotating it on the center axis there. So you got that control. So you can really just get into it. And I spent probably, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes customizing the character I created. That's enough of that. You get the idea. Like we can accept that. You can grab each of the different facial features and move them around and just kind of scale your dude around the way you want. Grab his chin. You can shift the chin left and right, up and down, all of that good stuff. And you can see how there we've already like changed his look quite drastically. He's got some jowls going on there. Cheeks are a little sunken in. We can accept that. We can come up here and grab his eyebrows, make him look sad face. We can pull that down and make him look sleepy. Pull that up a little bit. Yeah, there you go. How about that? He looks like he's been through some stuff in the vault. Okay, so that you can do all that. Then you can, of course, change the color. So you highlight over the different features. And so if we do the hair, we can go over here. You can see that got a bunch. I mean, they even got like bright colors, which I think is really cool because most games don't do like bright purple. You know what I mean? They'll do like the classic stuff. You do orange, light pink, red, and you can look like it's dyed. You can go like old fashioned graying, steel gray. So, and then you can also do the color of the skin. You got a lot of different options for that. Pretty much any different kind of variation you want there. We'll go for some rosiness. Then if we hit, notice escape to back out this time and not tab. So if we hit escape to back out, we also have the extras options where you can do makeup, markings, and you got all kinds of different markings to choose from. Freckles, moles, all of that different stuff. So you just hit space to apply the different things you want. You can turn them on and off. And the other cool thing that I like is not only that, a lot of things they allow you to adjust the opacity. So you can see down here, we got that little A and D. If I adjust and a lot of, I think this is the first time I've seen this feature in a game. Like you can make it darker, we can take it down in just a little bit. So I mean, just that alone allows for a lot of variation. We can give him some like forehead abrasions, there's like cysts and acne and scars and all kinds of stuff. So once again, if we pick something like, let's do the splotches here. So we'll hit space to apply that. We can just bring that down just a little bit so that it's just barely noticeable under the skin. I mean, look at that. How cool is that? I think it's really cool. And then we can just accept that. We have damage options, so you can make him look all scarred and stuff, so we can do that. Once again, it's got the fade to it, so you can fade that scar down a little bit, make it look like it's a really old scar, battle damage from way back in the day before he got locked up in the vault, stuff like that. So that's character creation. Once again, it's really good. Like, I think this part really shined, and right from the get-go, I was like, this is absolutely fantastic. Let's jump into the game now, and we'll take a little bit of a look at some gameplay. All right, so here we are in game now. Right from the get-go, load times to get into the game are atrocious. Like, there's absolutely no sense in the amount of time it takes me to get into a game and for it to load. I don't understand why it takes so long. I don't know if a majority of the game is client side. Even then, it shouldn't take. I mean, I have a beast of a computer. There's no reason the load times should take as long as they do. Now, it may be different on consoles compared to PC because it could be an issue with the port over from console, because obviously they made this for consoles and then ported it to PC. So that could be a big turnoff for some people. So I wanted to let you know, when you're loading into the game, go get yourself a cup of coffee, go eat breakfast, go walk the dog, and then come back and you'll probably be in the game. The other thing I noticed, and this may be different once I place a camp. I had not placed a camp yet. I actually logged out up there in that tower, and I ended up logging back in down there by that car. I just came back up here because there was a lot of shooting going on and I didn't know what was going on, so I figured this was a safe spot to hang out and talk to you all. As you can see, the graphics are pretty good on my end. Like, I'm not even on full settings because I like to baby my graphics card. I'm on high settings, not ultra, and I mean, look, it looks pretty good to me for being on ultra. I mean, I've seen a lot of complaints about textures and looking like it's old, like PS2 gameplay. I don't have that problem. Like, you can see what I'm seeing right here. It looks absolutely fantastic to me. So you can play in first person like this, or you can click your middle mouse button to pop out into a third person. Yes, we're playing a red-headed librarian. You get these glasses when you're leaving the vault. I don't know why. I put them on just because, why not? And then, of course, I put on my party hat for leaving the vault there because it's fantastic. I love it. So yeah, let's go down here. We'll see if we can get into a fight. I'll show you some combat. Can I make that without? I wonder if I can get back up in here. I might have to jump. So you can't jump nearly as far as you think you can. It seems like you can, but you actually can't. If you look, I mean, it's not too bad. She can almost make it, but you can't climb or grab ledges or any of that stuff, which is a little rough at times. We could probably go down here and let's see. Am I going to take too much fall damage? No, we didn't. Okay, so you can fall a pretty good distance. We fell from there to there and only took minimal damage. So it has all of your normal Fallout shenanigans that you would expect in Fallout. Like, we got our Pip-Boy here, and I can change the view of my Pip-Boy. I just like this view, the other view better. And now it's not like letting me change. There we go. So yeah, we can change to this. You have your effects, your specials. We come over here to items. The inventory management is lacking a lot. That's all I can say about it. Like, it's not that great. So like, if you look here, you equip your weapon. You can see we have the hatchet equipped right now, or the multi-purpose axe equipped. So like, you just click it and that's what you're gonna have equipped. You can tell that it's equipped by the little dot there. Then we come over here, you can see our different apparel that we have equipped. We could switch over to the newsboy cap if we wanted to. And you can see it like highlights the different areas in which it's affecting there. And all of your first aid stuff, miscellaneous stuff, hollow tapes that you've picked up that you can listen to, which some of these, like, these are really good. I wish they gave a little bit more control over the options, like so you could just stop it and listen to it later and stuff like that. But they're actually pretty cool to listen to, somewhat sad at times too. So that's how your whole inventory works. You can use the A and D keys to scroll through these, as well as clicking on them, and then you can come up here and click your different stuff here. So you have your different data that you've picked up, radio. You get it's your normal Fallout affair. So we can go back once again. I always hit escape to go back, and then that takes me to the map. So here we are at the map. This is your map. You can put markers and it shows you everything you can do down there at the bottom of the screen. You just got to pay attention to what controls do what, because they're not very intuitive. And apparently that guy was looking for a fight or something. I don't know. I'm in passive. I'm not PvPing right now. I'm just trying to play the game, get the hang of the game, and understand it and all that. I may get into PvP later on. A lot of people I heard were complaining that the game feels empty and void of life, but I think that was a situation where it was because it was in beta and it's a pretty decent size. Like if we go back here, once again, this time I hit M. This is the quick map, which is the exact same as the other map, so you can see there. But if we take a look here, you can see this map is massive, y'all. This map is, like, look at this. It's huge. It's really huge. And you can imagine if there's only like, I don't know, 100, 200 people on here, and you gotta think that it's different servers, because it just says when you're logging on, you don't actually get to choose a server. It just tells you that it found the world and it pops you in it. Because the way that the game works, I think it saves your stuff to you, so it doesn't matter what server you connect to, because your base is always your base. Once you put your base down and pick it up or whatever, you can like pick your whole base up, and it just keeps it all, and you can move it and just redeploy it wherever. And I should be able to show you that. Oh look, I did a challenge and earned some points. Now that currency you just saw that I earned there is currency that you can take to the microtransaction store, because yes, they do have a microtransaction store, which I think is absolute BS, but I gotta hand it to them. They do allow you to unlock the stuff for free, which is not pure evil. It's only semi-evil. I'm gonna pick all this stuff up because I don't care. It's only semi-evil in my opinion, because they're not, I mean, they are trying to gouge you for additional money, but at the same time, like if you just play the game, you're gonna get points in order to get the skins and other stuff that you want, because that's basically all that's in there is just different skins for your character, different looks to your Pip-Boy, different looks to your power armor, all of that kind of stuff, which is cool. So you don't necessarily have to spend your money on that, but if you want to, because once again, in a multiplayer game, customization is important, being unique is important, no matter what anybody tells you, it is. Everybody wants to be unique. So let's take a look at the camp. So if I hit tab to bring up the Pip-Boy, you can see Z down here, move camp. So if I hit Z, I can place this, and you can see it like shows you like a little area. That's your camp. So we'll come up here. Let's go somewhere up here, and actually let's cancel that. Let's go somewhere up here and we'll place it, because like I said, I haven't actually placed it yet and messed with that feature. Once again, keep in mind, I only played this for about, I don't know, 2-3 hours or so, but 45 minutes or more of that was spent customizing my character and getting my character to look just right. Might not have been that long. I don't know. I wasn't really keeping track of how long I was customizing the character, but I'm going to run up here and just try to find a place like off the beaten path real quick to drop down this camp. We'll take a look at it and all of the features you have with that. Oh, hey, it's like an armor workbench and stuff that we could use there. Okay, so let's try to place our camp down here and see if we can. So let's just say we can, like, because I think we have to build that. This way we won't have to. We can just kind of claim it. So if we hit tab, and then Z, and then we'll just deploy the base. Okay, so apparently holding down the button rotates, so holding down your left mouse button rotates it. What does left mouse button do? Okay, so right mouse button rotates it the other way, left mouse button rotates it that way. That's not terrible, I like that. And so then we'll hit, so now I gotta hit enter, which means I have to take my hand off the mouse, which is kind of annoying, and we'll accept that. So you can see I got 10 more points to spend in the old store there. So we can hit E to build, R to transfer. Let's hit E to go into build mode. So here you go. You can see all the different stuff we can build here. The middle mouse button is zooming it in and, or, you know, pushing it in and pulling it out. How do we search through the different, I don't want that. So once again, rotating it with the mouse buttons like before. And I can walk around. Okay, great. So apparently I just placed a foundation and we're in a fight. So let me back out of here. We can actually see a fight. I don't even know. No, I don't want to use that. Here we go. So kill that little guy. Where did the other one go? I lost him. So we have a block, but I'm not sure how good that works against... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you're going to have to die, buddy. Yeah, I don't like this axe. It's so slow. I gotta switch back to the machete. I mean, it hits hard, but oh my god, we took one heck of a beating there. All right, let me get my everything under control here. Okay, I figured it out. So it's really it's wonky, people. Once again, on console, it'll probably be easy for you with a controller, but your hands are going to be all over the place while building on PC. So there's actually, I like the options that you have for building. I mean, look at all of this different stuff that you start off with. Like, it's really, there's a lot of, I mean, like, all that stuff's locked, but so like right now my hand's not even on the mouse. It's up and down to scroll through this stuff, and then like left and right to go through the different options for it, and then Z and C to go through the menus up top. So it's all over the place. Like, and then to move around, then you use W, A, S, and D and your mouse to place things. So let's just place this. The crafting cost you could see up in the top right hand corner. It's actually not terrible. So then we want to place this, so we hit E to actually build the cooking pot. So now one other thing I like is it allows you to modify the stuff after it's placed, which is absolutely fantastic in any survival game, and a lot of other games. I'm looking at you, Ark and Conan, can really like learn something from that. So if I hit tab, you can see that I've got that highlighted in green. Now if I hit E, it allows me to edit and move it. And even the foundation, I moved the foundation I had placed from over here to over here. That's not a new foundation. That's the one I placed. That's fantastic. Good on you, Bethesda. That's awesome. You guys nailed it with that. Okay, so now we hit escape to exit and not actually go back to the map, which is just, you know, once again, it's a mess on PC. I can't speak for console. If you have a console and you've already bought this and you're playing it, let me know how the controls are on console. Do you find them befuddling, or are they cool? Are they good? Okay, so once we have all that placed down, now I was under the impression from the tutorial that I could pick this up and move it. Okay, so it looks like your camp just stays wherever it's at, and you can just, okay, so let's hit tab to cancel, and it looks like you just bring up the Pip-Boy again, and then it moves everything. So we'll just come over here a little bit out of the way. We'll hit tab, we'll hit Z, and we'll accept it here. Now what happens? Did it bring everything with it, or do I have to replace everything down again? Okay, so you go to stored, and it's like there. So that's interesting. So I can just place this down now, and I don't have to recraft it. So your base is semi-mobile. Like, it's mobile, but you can move it, but at the same time, it looks like you're gonna have to reconstruct chunks of it, which is okay. I mean, that's cool, in my opinion. So we can just hit E to rebuild that there. That's pretty cool. I like that. All right, so I want to talk about crafting real quick, and then I will give you my final thoughts on everything. So crafting's pretty easy. You have your crafting stations. You just go to it. You hit E to activate it, and then you have the different things that you can craft here. So like we can craft all of that, and then like I could just hit tab to go back, and you can actually, do I have anything I can craft? No, I don't have anything I can actually craft. Actually, wait, dirty water, I can boil water. Okay, so once you want to make it, you just click on it like so, and then, oh, it says I lack wood. I have to go grab some wood. But anyway, so you just do that, you just click it, and then it would, if I had wood, it would craft it up for me. And that's pretty much all there is to crafting the different stuff. And everything pretty much works the same way. It like shows you what it requires. Once you have it, you just click it and it'll do the thing. And that's pretty much, from what I can tell, how all the different the crafting stations work. They just bring up a secondary menu, and then it's pretty straightforward from there. One other little thing I want to touch on just real quick that I thought was pretty cool was if we go into the map here, you can see it has photo mode down here if I hit T. So if I hit that, you can see I can move around and take photos. So it's got kind of like its own built-in Ansel system, which is pretty cool. And so you can like take a photo of your character, which is going to be great for thumbnails, by the way. And then down there at the bottom, you can see we can rotate through Z and C. Once again, it's like building. You have to take your hands off the mouse. So like your up and down arrows go through the different things here that you can affect. And then you can like, you know, show your player. You can not show your player. You can do different expressions. Like I can be afraid. I can be amused. I can be angry. And then we can go over to like the brightness and the saturation and different filters. So we can do like that, different kind of crazy stuff. And yeah, it's just pretty cool for screenshots. I mean, being that I like this kind of stuff for, you know, good thumbnails. Like, look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that, the way that it looks, the feral. But yeah, like, it's great for thumbnails and stuff like that. And I mean, if you just want to share screenshots with your friends and all that shenanigans, which I thought was a nice little just additional feature. All right, so let's talk about a few things here and wrap this up while we admire my fancy post-apocalyptic librarian here. I think the situation with this game is it's a fantastic game with a bad port to PC. I think that's the main problem with it. So if you don't mind some of the stuff, some of the wonky key bindings, and honestly, that's the only thing I've seen so far. A few missing features on customization stuff as far as like graphics and stuff like that go. But other than that, the key bindings are an absolute just disaster. But if you can get past all of that, I think from what I can tell so far, it's going to be a great game. So once again, if you bought this on console, let me know how it is in the old comment section, how you feel about it on console, if it's, you know, a lot smoother situation, because I'm interested to know the difference. Because I think what happened is that Bethesda knew that this would have a strong market in the PC area, but they wanted to make it for console. So I think what they did is they were like, okay, we'll develop it for console, cut cost on porting it over to PC because we don't care, because it's got a strong PC following, so people are going to buy it and we can make a little bit extra money. I figured that's the whole process they went down there. All right, so that's my outlook on it so far. Once again, this is just kind of a first impressions type situation here. I'm going to play the game some more for sure. I've been having a lot of fun. Like I said, I already had trouble putting it down, and I will make more videos on this, definitely, for sure. And I'm sure I'll develop more of an opinion on it as time goes on, and I'll probably have a lot more complaints. Who knows? We'll see in the future. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like the comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.